Yes.
Hi, I am Dr. Karen Williams, and this is the Master of Ministry and Biblical Studies class. Today, Emily Mugensa is going to present her Parachurch project plan. Emily is having internet problems, so she is going to be off screen, and we will try it in video and audio only. So go ahead, Emily.
Hello, everyone. I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. My name is Emily Mugensa Ominde, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to present my project plan before you today. My project is developing leadership in the church project overview. I came up with this project because I saw many churches struggle with leadership related issues. My project aims to help the churches train leaders who will support their ministries, whereby to raise godly, competent leaders in the church who reflect Christ in character and decision making, ensure sustainability of church ministries, multiplying trained leaders to train others, influence communities positively, lead initiatives and ethical leadership, strengthen the church body by developing effective leadership across ministries. My vision and mission statement. The vision of this project is to build a community of mature, godly, and spirit-led leaders who serve with excellence, strengthen the church, and positively impact the believers for Christ. Mission statement is to equip and develop believers through biblical teaching, mentorship, and practical ministry training so they can grow in their gifts, live out their calling, and lead effectively in the church. Experiences of others. Every ministry project is shaped by the experiences of those who have gone before, whether through success, failure, struggle, or perseverance. Learning from these experiences of others is essential for anyone seeking to serve faithfully and effectively. Scripture itself encourages learning from examples, reminding believers that the lives and actions of others can instruct, warn, and guide future generations. Another major lesson learned from the experiences of others in ministry is that ministry always involves challenges and suffering. None of ministry studies developed without difficulty. In fact, obstacles were a normal part of their work. My backstory. The desire to develop leaders in the church did not come suddenly, but grew over time through personal experiences and observation. Many churches struggled due to a lack of trained leaders, with some leaders becoming tired or overwhelmed, while others tried to handle everything alone. At the same time, many believers were willing to serve but did not know how to begin, which created a deep concern through personal faith. Some but did not know how to begin, which created a deep concern through personal faith and mentorship. There was also a journey of growth and guidance. Mentors played an important role by teaching, correcting, and working alongside, showing that leadership is not about power or position, but about humility, service, and helping others grow. This experience shaped a long desire to support others in the same way. While serving different ministries, clear gaps were observed. Some churches depended heavily on a few leaders, and when one stepped down, the ministry lost direction. This revealed the importance of preparing new leaders so that the work of the church can continue effectively. There was also strong concern for believers with great potential who felt unseen and lacked encouragement. This created a burden to uplift and remind them that they can grow and be used by God. Through prayer and reflection on scriptures such as Ephesians 4:11 to 12 and 1 Peter 5:2 to 3, it became clear that equipping and building leaders is part of God's plan. Today, the vision is to raise mature and humble leaders, strengthen churches, and empower believers to serve God faithfully. Project description. The project focuses on examining and enhancing effective leadership strategies within organization contexts. It aims to identify key leadership skills and techniques that contribute to a project success, such as communication, decision-making, team motivation, and conflict resolution. The research will draw upon established theories and real-world case studies to develop an understanding of how the project leaders can drive collaboration and innovation to achieve project goals. The study will include an analysis of both traditions and contemporary leadership frameworks in project management, evaluating their effectiveness in different organization settings. The emphasis will be placed on understanding the role of leadership in navigating project challenges, fostering team energy, and ensuring that alignment of project objectives with organization goals. The outcomes of this research will provide valuable insight into best practices for effective leadership project management. My next statement, effective church leadership starts with a deep understanding of the community it serves. The geographical and social environmental shapes people daily experiences, cultural values, and the spiritual needs. This particular ministry operates in a rapidly growing community made up of families, youth, and workers facing economic, social, and spiritual challenges. Population growth driven by the search for employment has placed pressure of housing, jobs, and social support systems. Although churches exist, many people still lack consistent pastoral care, discipleship, and strong leadership guidance. Some areas remain underserved due to limited resources, leaving many without adequate spiritual support. Economic hardship is a major issue. Many individuals depend on unstable informal jobs, and the youth unemployment is high. These struggles often result in stress, family breakdown, substance abuse, and the loss of hope. This highlights the need for strong church leadership that offers spiritual direction, encouragement, and practical, biblical grounded guidance. Spiritually, while many people identify as Christians, there is a lack of deep understanding and consistent discipleship. Leadership training is also limited, especially in less accessible areas. Cultural diversity within the community calls for leaders who promote unity, fairness, and wisdom. The large youth population requires mentoring and positive role models to develop future leaders. My project team structure is to specify the work of my organization. Our organization exists to foster a thriving community, empowering people to discover their purpose through worship, biblical teaching, and community-focused leadership. Position needed to carry out the mission of the organization. Number one is finance officer and accountant, helps with budgeting and record-keeping, supports financial transparency. Number two, fundraising and partnership officer, looks for donations and partners who help organize fundraising activities. Number three, monitoring and evaluation officer, tracks activities with community, which identifies needs and mobilizes support. Number four, field coordinator, helps implement activities on the ground, reports progress to leadership. General members support programs and activities, serve the community as needed. Spiritual leader provides spiritual guidance, leads counseling, teaching, and prayers. Together, this team creates a structure where administrative excellence supports spiritual vision, allowing the organization to serve its community with the passion and the competence. Method of operation. This project will adapt a mixed method approach to examine effective project leadership within organization settings. Primary data will be collected through surveys and interviews targeting team members and project managers to gather insights on leadership practices. Communication and decision-making process. Secondary data will be obtained from case studies and books on project management and the leadership theories. The study will follow a structured process involving data collection, analysis, planning, and interpretation to ensure reliability and validity of the findings. Emphasis will be placed on collaborative leadership practices that promote teamwork, ensuring that the team members work together effectively toward shared goals. Expected outcome results. The project is expected to identify key leadership skills and strategies that contribute to successful project outcome. This include effective communication, strong decision-making abilities, conflict resolution skills, and the capacity to motivate team members. The finding will demonstrate how good leadership enhances team performance, improves in productivity, and ensure timely project completion. This study will provide practical recommendations that organization can adapt to strengthen leadership practices and improve overall project success rate. Sustainability of the project. The sustainability of this project lies in its ability to provide long-term value to organize by promoting effective leadership practices, ensuring consistent improvement of performance. Furthermore, the project encourages the development of leadership skills among team members, creating a culture of continuous learning and growth. By integrating these practices into an organization system, the benefit of the project can be maintained over time. Evaluation plan. The project will be evaluated using both the qualitative and quantitative method. Surface and feedback from participants will be analyzed to measure the effectiveness of the leadership strategies. Indicators such as project completion time, team satisfaction, and productivity levels will be used to assess outcomes. Regular monitoring and review sessions will also be conducted to track progress and identify areas and identity areas. The evaluation results will help determine whether the project objectives have been achieved and provide insights for future research and practice. Smarter goals. Smarter goals, we've got specific, which it will be, my smarter goal is to establish a community Bible leadership vocational training center. Number 2, it will train leaders and ministry workers in leadership, administration, and vocational skills. My main goal is the program shall offer, number 1, certificates in church leadership, youth ministry leadership, church administration, and finance, basic vocational skills. My aim is to enroll at least 40 students, conduct 12 training sessions, organize 3 evangelistic outreaches within the first 6 months. First year smarter goal. My first year smarter goal is to start a Bible leadership vocational training center that trains people in biblical leadership and practical skills for ministry and life. My aim is to enroll at least 40 students, conduct regular Bible leadership classes, and provide basic vocational training. Second year goal shall be to strengthen the Bible leadership vocational training center by training more students and improving leadership and vocational skills. The aim is to enroll at least 100 new students while training first-year students for further leadership training classes and expand vocational training programs. Fifth year goal shall be to grow and strengthen the Bible Leadership Training Center so that it can train more leaders and more vocational skills. I have to enroll at least 100 to 150 students who shall train in each leadership and run several vocational training programs. Project startup budget. My income will come from donations and grants and registration income from students, founders' contribution, total income. And total income will be it will be $20,865 US dollar. The money will be $20,865 US dollar. Expenses will be 4-month rent deposit, student chairs, office chairs, whiteboards, computers, renovation, projectors and screen, marketing, launching, printer, photoscopium, director, salary for 3 months, and support staff for 3 months, administration for 3 months, license and my total expense will be in US dollar. Money will be 20,865 US dollar. Kenyan money will be 2,691,600. So this is a sort of budget for opening a small church leadership ministry training center. The purpose of the project is to train leaders and ministry workers in leadership, administration, and vocational skills. Program offered: church leadership facilitated for 8 months, youth ministry leadership, church administration, and finance. Basic vocational skills, which is ICT, which will rate approximately $1 USD, which is approximately 129 Kenya shillings. The proposed budget covers startup costs necessary to establish a church leadership vocational center school. The Parachurch initiative is designed to equip ministry and the church workers with the leadership and the vocational skills. The startup budget includes rent deposit and renovation to prepare a suitable training facility. Staff salaries for the first 3 months are included to ensure smooth operation before tuition income stabilizes. The project expects sustainability through student tuition, church partnership, and the donor support. Administrative costs include legal registration, licensing to ensure compliance with the government and educational standards. Furniture and equipment such as chairs, computers are necessary to support the effective running of the school. Marketing and launching expenses are included to recruit the first intake of students and create community. Annual budget income will come from donations and grants and income founders contribution, which will be 20,865 US dollar. Kenyan money will be 2,691,600 Kenyan money. Expenses: building rent, license fee, marketing, equipment maintenance, utilities, director salary, admin, and the support staffs, which total income will be annual 20,865 US dollar, 1,738 US dollar monthly. In annual in Kenya shillings will be 2,691,600, and monthly Kenya shillings will be 224,300. In this budget, we have building rent. We are renting a dedicated trainee facility that accommodates 40 students. The monthly rent includes access to a main hall for lecturers and a secure office, space for administrative. The monthly rent includes access to a main hall for lecturer and a secure office space for administrative and the computer lab. License fee. License fee. This is the mandatory annual government registration fee for a vocational training center. I have divided the annual 465 US dollar Kenyan money 60,000 by fee by 12 to ensure it is accounted for in many monthly operation cash flow. Equipment maintenance. This we purchased 10 computers, a printer, and a projector at a startup. This monthly expense covers the cost of technical repair, software, software updates to keep the equipment operational for the students, director, admin salaries, and the staff. These figures represent the monthly compensation for our core leadership team. While the startup phase covered 3 months, these are going monthly expenses to ensure consistent and high quality vocational training. Sustainability, our total monthly expenses of 224,300 are fully covered by our combined students fee, grants, and founder contribution, ensuring a 0% deficit. SWOT analysis. Strength, when I talk about strength, the mission is deeply rooted in a specific spiritual vision to equip leaders for the gospel. Number two, the program focuses on building adaptable foundational leadership and interpersonal skills rather than just technical knowledge. Number three, training includes both practical vocational and skills and theological leadership framework. Weaknesses, initial staffing may be limited, placing a heavy burden on small founding team. Initial equipment and the technology for vocational training may be limited by their starting budget. As a new institution, the center currently lacks an established reputation and alumni network to help with recruitment and replacement. Opportunities, partnership with the other local churches will provide a steady flow of new student applicants. Number two, local businesses may be interested in hiring graduates who possess strong leadership ethics. Number three, local government initiatives may offer support for private vocational training centers. Threats, economic stability could increase operating costs and affect student affordability. Number two, a rise in the cost of living may force potential students to choose immediate work over education. Number three, established secular competition. Larger, well-funded vocational schools already have trust of the community. It can be difficult to convince the students to choose a church leadership center over a government recognized center. Strategies for implementation. The project will use a structured and participatory approach focused on leadership, planning, and community involvement. It can begin with a need assessment to identify key challenges and ensure relevance. Clear objectives and a timeline will guide all activities in the line with project mission. A strong leadership and a teamwork structure will be developed by recruiting and training volunteers for roles such as coordination, communication, and outreach. Regular meeting will promote collaboration, transparency, and accountability. Resource mobilization and partnership with the donors, churches, and community organizations will support the project with finances, materials, and expertise, while proper budgeting will ensure responsible use of resources. Finally, continuous monitoring and evaluation, along with the feedback from beneficiaries and the stakeholders, will help improve performance and ensure the project remains effective, adaptable, and sustainable. That is all about my project. Thank you.
Emily, you did a great job. You have done this under difficult circumstances, and yet you just were able to regroup. I believe the Lord's answered prayer. I'd like you to come back on screen. I'm going to unpin you, and if you can go ahead and bring up your video again, so that we can at least look at you while we give you some feedback. If you're able to do that, that would be great. There you are. Good. You did very well. I am very pleased. It was interesting. I am excited for your project. You are changing the world. Wow. As you sow into their lives with teaching them and raising them up, you are changing the world. So that is really, really good. So I want to bless you with that. I do want to make a suggestion that it might be able, I don't know your situation. I'm just thinking as I listen to you that you might be able to start up sooner if you rent a church to use uh, their facility for your classes so that you don't have to buy chairs. You just need to get a whiteboard and that kind of thing. You might have somebody that there might be something to work instead of renting a space to actually have the classroom. It might work to work it out with the church to use that at least until you're up and running for a little while. It might be a good way to get it started. So you can think about that. Sometimes that's how we work. I'll tell you, Emily, we work out of our homes as we teach. The background you see for behind me is a Zoom background. But I am working out, well, right now I'm temporarily someplace else, but I work out of my home. I teach out of my home. And so if you're able to use a church rather than the expense of another rental and having to furnish that rental with tables and chairs, and instead can use a church tables and bless them, the church, with some rental money, that might be a way to start faster, and not have to raise so much startup costs. It's a thought that I have, but wow, you've got a great plan. You are really thinking about it. Have you started to work on the curriculum?
Yes.
Good, good. I think that's exciting. And can you tell us about when you anticipate starting?
Well,
About when do you think you will start the classes?
next year, this year 2026, uh, July.
July. Okay, good. Very good. I want to give Deborah a chance to give you some feedback. Go ahead, Deborah.
So that was really, really good. I loved all the points that you covered. And it sounded like this started from a place in your heart where you saw there's a need for team leaders and training leaders in a church. Best practices. I heard you say that, mentorship, how to communicate, how to resolve conflicts, and how to be transparent financially. So having you've got this burden based on your own experiences that are out there. Are you currently working with a church? Have you got a buy-in from any pastors or any church to implement this in their church and to start training their leaders and sharing leadership?
Yes. What I can say, yes, because the Chinese,
Emily, you're going to have to turn your video off. I wanted us to be able to see you as we talk to you, but it's just so broken up and it was so good. Yeah, this will work. Now, please answer Deborah. We weren't able to understand you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, hi. Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
What came to mind? I found that many churches struggle because they face leadership challenges due to Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Many churches struggle because they face leadership challenges due to a combination of spiritual, practical, and human factors, which include lack of proper training, where leaders are spiritually called but not equipped with essential leadership skills, like communication often lead to confusion and
Emily,
disunity. Yes.
Emily, let Deborah ask her question again. I think you're just reading to us from your project, which we already got. But I
Mhm.
think Deborah had a specific question, and if you can hear her, then that will help you answer it. Go ahead, Deborah. Ask her again.
So Emily, what I was wondering, because your project started in your heart over the need in the local church for team leaders and best practices, are you working with a church today? Do you have a church or a group of pastors that are working with you to maybe develop the curriculum and to even teach the curriculum?
Yes, I have a church, and I have a church and leaders. Well, I have a church.
Okay, good. So you guys are already working together as a team to
Yes.
come up with your curriculum. Excellent. Because
Yes.
that is, after all, what we're trying to do, which is really, really good. I love this. And then you talked about your small founding team. So I was wondering, do you already have a group of founders and they've agreed to be founders with you?
Pardon? Can you come again?
Oh, you mentioned a small founding team. And do you have founding members already in place? Or is this something you're going to do?
Yes, we have got a team,
Okay,
which is, yes,
okay.
which is in our church.
Good. It's a wonderful plan, and I think it's much needed. It's needed at every church all over the world, Emily. But it would be good, to do that kind of training and to give a certificate. I love that. I love that idea that they're going to get a certificate so that when they are go through this training, they're going to be able to show their church leadership. I've gone through this training and on conflict resolution and best practices and financial transparency and all of that. I think it's going to be so good. So it was a great presentation. Thank you.
Really good. Emily, are you located in the Mombasa area?
Yes. Can you
Okay.
come again? Come again?
I'm wondering where you are in Kenya. Are you in the Mombasa area?
I'm in Nairobi.
Oh, Nairobi. Okay. Okay, great. Well, there are so many to reach and help you in the capital city there. It is huge. And I pray for expansion of what God is having you to do. And we'll see this develop. That's very exciting. Before we close, does anybody else have a comment or question that you would like to make to Emily? Go ahead, Susie.
I think this is one of my favorites because of what Deborah said, how it's needed now. And the Lord is cleaning up his leadership across the world, secularly and in the church. So I think this is incredible. And I hope that many people are inspired to do this in every nation. But I have friends that started a discipleship training camp when about 30 years ago, I don't know. And I was with them when they started it, just helping them. They started with 12 people. And now it's one of the biggest disciple training camps in the world. It's here and it's the Helsers. And it's called A Place for the Heart. And they have to turn down people every year because they can only accept 40. And they're just grown and grown and grown and grown, and the Lord has blessed them with everything they need. And I just wanted to tell her that I'm just seeing a lot of blessings coming, and also what happened, what they learned, like they're in my parachurch project, everything that this people learned, because it's kind of like a retreat. It's a little bit like a retreaty, but it's really more like what Emily's doing. So they learned, I heard her say something about the Father's heart and identity. And that's the first thing they learned, that everything they do has to start with the Father's love, the Father's heart, and their identity in that. And then they started bringing all the, you know, training in for communication, values, ethics, integrity. But they learned that they learned by doing. Their camp's running now 25 years. I mean, it's phenomenal. And so I just wanted to really encourage her with that beginning of where you start with the fathers. They even changed the name to A Place for the Heart. So the Father's heart and the identity and their love for the Father is so important that everything can flow from that. And then the strength of character and everything. I just wanted to bless her with that, and really excited about her project. I think it's going to be very successful and so needed, especially that transparency in finances, but in every area. Just amazing. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Susie. Thank you for speaking life into that. That's great. Caroline, Samuel, either one of you want to comment to Emily on her presentation today, her project? You can unmute and go ahead and comment. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.